A video on round tripping from Premiere to After Effects and back again. So I've got a short clip here, it's only about 11 seconds. You don't really want to be sending massive timelines to After Effects, it's really to do with kind of smaller segments. So this is quite a short clip. First thing I want to do is to duplicate this clip so I can send a copy to After Effects and retain the original. So I'm going to hold down the Option key, click and drag this up here like this. So now I've got two copies of this. I'm going to click the top version and choose this option, Replace with After Effects Composition. This will then launch After Effects. Depending on the speed of your machine, it, like Premiere, will take some time or no time at all to load. I haven't got much disk space, you shouldn't get that hopefully. It asks for a name. Ideally you'd place this in your project folder in a folder called After Effects so you can keep this kind of stuff together. I'm just going to put it where it falls at the moment, so let's call it AERT for argument's sake. Right, save. Yes, I do. Okay, so it launches and the footage is there on a kind of timeline. It's got points of similarity with Premiere, but the timeline is rather based around building up layers rather than tracks, and it's not really designed to do much with audio. So there's the footage and I want to do something to it. So let's assume, say that the director said I want the weather to be a little less pleasant. Easy enough in After Effects, so we can, we got this effect. I can just drop this on this existing footage and there I've got some rain playing immediately. And rather like Premiere, I've got effects controls here, so I could change, let's just bump up the wind, so as I do that you'll see it kind of slants slightly as the wind takes effect, and because I don't want it to be too uniform, I can increase the variation. I could change any manner of other things here. I'm not going to go into this, it's not a tutorial about adding rain. And then just to show you something else in After Effects, let's say what we want to do is add a bit of fog. So what I'm going to do is create a new layer. Solid layer, it doesn't really matter what color it is. At the moment that's same principle as Premiere, it goes on top, so that's the one that's most visible. Now at the moment that's not really that useful. What I want to do is to drop some noise, some fractal noise onto this. Choose fractal noise, drag it onto the solid layer, and again we still can't see much, but one of the great things about fractal noise is that you can animate it in such a way that it could create quite a random pattern. What I'm going to do is move back to beginning here and turn on the stopwatch here for evolution. So I've got a keyframe there, and I'm going to add another one right at the end. So get to the end of the clip, and I don't want it to be too much, so maybe 2 complete revolutions between then and now. So if I was to play this back as is, you'll see that's kind of animating. Right, still not giving us the fog we want, it's just a bit of noise. So I'm going to use this pen tool. I'll just create one particular wispy cloud. Let's put it up here. Now I could use other tools to round these off, but I just want to create an irregular kind of shape. So now we have a very tightly defined cloud, which is not really going to fool anyone, but this is where I can come down here into these tracks here. I've created a mask, and this mask has particular kind of effects. First thing I want to do is to reduce the opacity. So it's meant to be, I want to be able to see it, so let's take it down maybe about there. And I want to, no, I don't want to touch that at all. So let's reset that. Let's zero that. I want to actually feather it so it's not as sharp around the edges. See if I feather it right in, the edges become a lot softer. So I've got that there now, and probably as well, what I want to do is animate its position so it looks like it's kind of drifting off. So we got that starting at the beginning there. That's its current position, and it's got to be fairly subtle because clouds don't race across the horizon. So I'm just going to move it maybe that much during the course of the scene. So then let's have a look at that. Barely there. If you look for it, you'll just about see it adds a bit of depth, but you can see it's evolving and moving at the same time. So there is my atmospheric treatment of that. If I just Control S now, I can now either Command Tab back to Premiere, and now you can see this is a different color to indicate it's from After Effects, and it has updated the timeline in Premiere. I've still got the original there if I just highlight that. So that's round tripping from Premiere to After Effects and back again.